Hey, you guys. All right, I've got a really cool one for you today because I've known this gentleman here, Mr. Jon Kennedy, now for quite some time. And I've actually had the pleasure of meeting him and talking about his car. You might have seen him driving around the city of Orange in a 67 Zenith Blue Beetle that the plates say 1967 NOS. But after talking to him a little bit, I could not believe how rich your history was with off-roading. And after talking a little bit more with you, I thought, I got to share this story with everybody because it's unbelievable the things that you've done. So you guys, we're here in Orange, California, and we're actually, is this your son's shop?
Yes, it's my son's. He does panels for race cars,
Okay.
and does this after work. Been doing it for a lot of years. And he's very good at it too.
Well, it definitely doesn't seem like you passed that gene on, right? I think you
But,
definitely did.
I don't think I passed his gene on for working on metal. If I can't cut it and weld it up 4 or 5 times, that's as far as it goes.
That's as far as it goes. I like it.
He's really good though.
Well, I'll tell you, you guys, it's pretty incredible. And first of all, Jon, thank you for doing this. It's an honor for me to actually be able to go ahead and do an interview. And it was funny because when we first chatted, I said, man, I want to do an interview with you and share your story. And you just kind of chuckled about it. But I'll tell you, this guy, it's just nuts. So let's share away. So
I'm still chuckling,
which is good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yes, indeed.
Well, good.
Anyway,
yeah. How did you get into this?
Where do you start?
Well, okay, let me ask you this. How did your whole passion for Volkswagens, because obviously that's how we met with you working on your bug. How did that start and when did it start?
When I was in high school, I went to Newport Harbor, and somewhere or another I got into a Volkswagen there and really loved it, you know. And this was 1964, I believe.
Okay.
And I had about a 56 or 7 bug that I had.
Cool.
And I did all the stuff that I could do at the time in it and all. And I joined the Newport Beach Volkswagen Association with Norm Batcheller and Lonnie Reed and Rich Kimball, a whole herd of names that are big names in the Volkswagen industry. Anyway, and that basically got me going on Volkswagen.
Wow.
It carried on when I got home from the service.
Okay, so you were in the service.
I went away for a couple of years.
All right, when was that?
Would be 66 through 68.
Wow, no kidding. Okay, so you were gone for a while.
And I got home, and my wife, to-be, had bought a brand new 67 Volkswagen Chick Iverson.
No way.
Yep, around, I think it was $1,700 or so.
Wow.
You know, they were expensive.
Yeah.
They were, it's a lot of money. But that was her first car, which was great. And
was it Zenith Blue?
No, it wasn't. It was the blue.
Oh, VW blue.
Yeah.
Really?
Blue.
Okay.
And it was a great car. I drove it got transferred to Fort Bliss for the last months of my enlistment. So I went to Fort Bliss, and actually Fort Bliss taught me to work on Volkswagens more.
Wow.
Because I did my own tune-up.
Oh, really?
Yep, I did my own tune-up. I changed the plugs and points and everything. Got done with it, and no timing light.
Yeah.
You know, so I'd rev it up, turn the distributor. Well, that sounds good. Rev it up, turn it some more. Well, that sounds better. So I got it to where I thought it was awesome.
Funny. Well,
and I headed for New Mexico. We would go over there and go sand skiing.
Oh, wow.
Headed for there.
Sand skiing.
And did not make it very far.
Oh, really?
No, it seemed the engine burned up.
Oh.
For some reason, somebody had advanced it so much.
Who was that?
That would be me. So I learned, that was my first learning experience.
Oh, great.
Working on them. You need to set the timing and set it right.
Whoops.
So that was the end of that. I did find I got it rebuilt, and drove it home from there, which was a long run. I actually found one of those old water coolers that
Oh, yeah.
sits in the window.
Yeah.
So my wife and I, my sister and a dog headed for California and that. And
Wow.
somewhere along the line, we pulled over, and that window thing seemed to make it a little humid inside. So
Okay.
we were like Brigham Young.
Oh,
We
wow.
pulled over and left her by the side of the road and just moved on. And
pretty funny.
got back, and as soon as I got back, a good friend of mine had started this. He did one of the original sand cars.
Oh, wow.
I mean, where we had farm implement tires, 40-horse engine,
Okay.
just took the belly pan, cut her down, and all
Wow.
that. And that was
Wow.
our first car, which was really a lot of fun for the dunes, because you'll learn to drive out there. If you went down in a bowl, you couldn't drive out of it because
Okay.
of the tires that we had at the time. So you'd start a deal and start going around and around and around till you got up so you could get out of the thing.
Wow.
But that was the first off-roady, I guess you'd call it. And from there on, moved along, and my friend that built the buggy, he was a Los Angeles policeman,
Okay.
and he worked at Wilmington area.
Oh, wow.
And so he wound up meeting Mickey Thompson.
No way.
So we would go, we got tied up with Mickey, and Mickey was quite a guy. He was really a great friend. Anyway, we wound up pitting for him, which he conned us in. And we had, oh man, we must have had 12 guys on the car.
Oh, wow.
We pitted down in Mexico. He wanted to change his street tires because the pavement only went so far.
Okay.
And his big deal was to beat Parnelli.
Okay.
Okay. That was, they had
Parnelli
a big,
Jones, right?
Yeah, they had a big rivalry.
Uh-huh.
So so we pitted him, and we came in, and we were a minute and something, changing all 4 tires, filling with gas, everything, blew him out of there, and right down the road, here come Parnelli.
Oh, wow.
So we beat him as far as doing what we were supposed to do.
Right.
And Parnelli had to change tires then.
Okay.
And then, as usual, Mickey broke not too far from there, and that was the end of the MT pit.
Wow.
It was great.
That's
Got
cool.
us into it,
Okay.
and then being a friend with Mickey, don't remember the year per se. Nora ran Mexico. That was their big deal. And somewhere or another, Mickey moved his silver tongue to the right people, and he got the Baja.
Okay.
By the government letting him run it.
Wow.
No more Nora.
Wow.
And so he ran it, or just started it. And the first things he did was put on he called it an RV Spectacular out at Riverside Raceway, which is gone. But it was an off-road race. And he put on an off-road race there, which was awesome. You know, I mean, the people that came and all that, and the racers, that was my first race in a Baja Bug. He had talked me into racing. So that was the first race, and we didn't do very well there. we did okay. I got one of his old transmissions, which he sold me, and I never realized it until I got out there. But it was a ZF locker rear end, you know, which
nice.
are real rare.
Yeah, expensive.
You know? But learning to drive a locker is a whole different deal. And on the cornering and stuff, it was really, it was a different deal trying to learn it. And then my friend that actually raced kind of with me, and he had done the wiring on the car.
Okay.
And he put the ignition on a fuse. which you
Huh.
never fuse,
Okay.
never fuse the ignition.
Okay.
So that was the end of that race.
Oh, wow.
But it was my first one,
Okay.
you know, and that got the bug stirring.
Yeah.
And so naturally went on from there into Baja, because Mickey's putting on the Baja races.
Right.
So I raced the 5-car in Baja.
Wow.
And,
So you went from that race in Riverside to then going down to Baja.
To going down to Baja, yeah.
Wow.
And it was great.
Okay.
You know,
And how long is that race in Baja?
back then, that's a good one. I think we went to La Paz.
Wow.
It's hard. They scrambled things. Depending on the year, they would run it down the peninsula, and they would all the way to La Paz.
Okay.
Or they would make loops
Huh.
that came back to Ensenada.
Okay.
And so depending on the deal, I believe that was all the way down, because that's what Nora was doing.
Okay.
Was going all the way down. So I'm almost positive
Wow.
that Mickey or
that's
that
quite
race.
a trek.
And from then on, it was, you know, race the car, break the car, bring it home, fix it, go out, race the car, hopefully not break the car. But there was a lot of DNFs, you know, learning process.
Yeah.
And the cars were, you know, completely different. And went on from, I guess, there and got a friend of mine, Carl Cabanas, and he had a single-seater. We were sponsored by, what was the name? It was a restaurant in Tortilla Flats, a restaurant in Laguna Beach. We got a sponsorship. It was a single-seat Funco.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And it was really different to drive, because when Gil George made it, the seat basically laid down.
Oh, wow.
So you were always with your neck trying to see out of the, you know, it was a different car. But we raced that for quite a while. Like, you know, again, as many races. I raced it for 50 years.
How many?
50.
5-0.
Yep, yeah, 5-0. And that was a lot of, again, breaking the car, bringing it back, making.
Oh my God! But what about your body?
Well, I could show you a picture of my back now, and I probably got around 30-some screws and brackets in my back, and that just, I'm also 79. Okay. So
79, you guys, and still going strong. He comes by all the time.
We're trying. We're trying.
No, dude, and especially for all of the, you know, the things that you've put your body through, it's impressive. So.
Yeah, it's still here. That's
climbing into a big Raptor truck and you know cruising.
Well, that was the fun part, you know. Anyway, in the early days like that, the suspension was done. You know, it moved maybe 3 inches or so. So they really beat you up back in the day.
You were the suspension.
Yeah, and nobody really got into later as far as what to do, special things of what to do on the car. And about 90% of what they're running now was Mickey Thompson.
Oh, wow, okay.
Mickey developed shocks and different valvings, different, just all kinds of it. If you look around the shop here, you see some of the cars in there. It's amazing, the way they're set up and how fast they go.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, over the years, anyway, I went from single seat and went to 2-seaters.
Okay.
I got lonely out there, you know. I always took a bottle of tequila in the car, because if I figured I broke in the middle of the night, in the middle of the desert, I'm going to go to sleep. So that was I always had it, you know, that worked.
Nice.
But I never really had to use it.
Uh-huh.
That was nice also.
That's good.
But the
So you did a two-seater. So who was
well,
flying
actually,
shotgun?
one of the first ones that I raced with was Ron Rosevear, who owned Auto House,
Oh, wow.
which was a big Volkswagen
Yeah.
accessory
Yeah.
chain. And so he and I raced together
Wow.
for quite a few years.
Huh.
And actually, we were kind of partners. I had a off-road store in Garden Grove called BMR Off-Road,
Oh,
which
okay.
was Baja Motor Racing.
Uh-huh.
It was, one of those deals.
Uh-huh.
So actually, when I got it, it belonged to a guy named Bob Maynard, who's a famous
Okay.
motorcycle racer.
Huh.
And so that was Bob
Yeah, I like
Maynard
that.
Racing.
Right,
so,
right.
so we jumbled it around. a
That's
bit,
pretty
you
funny.
know. But
Oh, that's pretty wild.
that was good. And then over the years, different partners,
Uh-huh.
racing together, and different two-seaters mostly over the years. And shoot, I'm trying to think. I don't know if there's some that we have pictures of various configurations,
Uh-huh.
basically down to the one that's back here in the shop,
Uh-huh.
which was our last car.
Okay.
It's a 12 car, they call it,
Okay.
class 12.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a link pin type front end on it.
Okay.
No coilovers,
Uh-huh.
front ends, and runs depending if it's a two-seat or single seat, depending on the displacement of the motors, but with a Weber, and it goes really good.
Yeah.
And it was a great, we built it actually for the 1000, actually it was the 2000.
Wow.
And that was in 2000. That
Oh,
was
wow.
our first race.
Wow.
So
How long does something like that take, John?
to go down,
Yeah, I mean, whether doing the 1,000, but the 2,000. I mean, how much time do you have to allot? I mean, there's a lot of people, including myself, that I'm not that familiar with these races. I see it, but I can only think of the amount of time that you would have to invest, aside from the monetary investment for the car and everything else,
Right.
and then your pit crew and just the support and so forth. But I mean, how long would you be gone for on the race?
Oh, usually, well, on the race itself, because it's go till you stop. Like the Bug that I raced the first time,
Uh-huh.
I believe it was the Bug or the first two-seater. The first two-seater, I think, I was in like 16 hours. And then I
16
got
rough
then I
hours,
got
too.
out,
Uh-huh.
and my partner took over for the next 16 hours or so. I mean, it was a long run, but the cars were, now
Yeah.
the trophy trucks are unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the time is now, but you can figure it out. They run, usually trophy trucks, I'm sure, are running about 40 some miles an hour, 50. When you one place they're going 3 or 4 miles an hour, then they're doing 120. So
Yeah.
everything kind of balances out. And
nuts.
they do it, you could figure it out, 2,000 miles, 40 some miles an
Yeah.
hour, and you come up with a magic
Right,
number.
right. Yeah.
But and then basically I raced the two-seaters and all that. Then it got somewhere along the line, I went back to a single-seater, jumbling back and forth. I went to a single-seater with Larry Smith and I raced, and it was a beautiful car. I mean, it worked good. And we got a lot of seconds and thirds and firsts.
Wow,
And we
that's
won
awesome.
actually 1985, I believe. We won the championship for 1-2-1600.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that was a big deal
Yeah.
for SCORE and for us.
Right, right.
So that was neat. And as the years progressed, we went to two-seat, and then eventually we went to the 12 car.
Okay.
And anyway, he had trucks and stuff, old ones that he bought up and would redo. So I raced F2 or F-150.
Oh, wow.
And different ones that he got. I think we raced, that wasn't the Nissan then. What's the Toyota, I think, that he had for one of our races. And then actually my last hoorah race was in a trophy truck that was, it was built originally for scoop vessels by Nissan, and it got too expensive. Actually, they were in at $500,000, and the car wasn't half done. And this was quite a while ago, so that was a lot of money. And then they finished the car. They had somewhere $1 million in it.
Oh my God!
And it never worked. It was 4-wheel drive. It never worked, and everything else.
For that much money?
Yeah. So finally, it was sold. Cause, well, Frank Vestal's Scoop was killed, and so not in the car, but he was killed, and the car went away, and the people that bought it cut all the 4-wheel drive out of it.
Wow.
And went to a normal deal, so it was mid-engine, V6 with Webers and all that on it, and it was a really trophy truck.
Wow.
I mean, before I had a hard time getting in the window because everything's in and out of the window. So getting in the thing, but once you got in it, it was so comfortable, and it had a 2-speed transmission. And basically, when you took off, you put it in second, and then you had your gas, and your brake and steering, and it was so much fun to drive.
That's
and
cool.
It worked really awesome for what it was.
That's cool.
Dana Day. Sorry, Dana.
Okay. Wow.
Anyway, yeah, that was quite a drive, but it also was my last hurrah. Because I got the back surgery.
And what year did you say that was? Like mid-'80s, you're thinking?
No, it's been, well, actually now it's been probably, it was like a week ago, but it was about 5 years ago.
Oh, no kidding. Okay, wow.
5 or 6 years ago.
Okay, recent.
Yeah.
Yeah, fairly recently. Okay. That's incredible, though. I mean, that's a long time. That's a long time to be beating yourself up. Now, what's interesting, and I'm trying to remember when this fit into it, but before you and I officially met, I was at Wolfsburg West one time, and I saw a Beetle, a convertible Bug, pull up, and a couple of the guys, I think Mark and Rich, came out, and they were chatting with you, and you had a number on the side of this car, and I didn't get a chance. I got a chance to see the car, and I saw you guys drive away, and it was a cool Bug. And I thought to myself, oh wow, that's pretty neat. It looks like a race car. And then that's when I heard that you were on your way to go do the Peking to Paris race in that car.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me about that, because I mean that's pretty wild. What year was that car?
Pardon?
What year was that car?
The car was a '59
Okay.
convertible.
Okay.
It was owned by another guy. And basically, I was co-driver except for anything that was rally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He wasn't really into speed, and he wasn't into a lot of things. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, he paid, I believe it was like $64,000, somewhere in there, for the entry. And
for the entry? I thought you were going to say for the car. Okay.
No,
for the entry.
The entry.
Oh my gosh.
We had, we went from the Great Wall in Peking to Paris, and so.
How long is that?
Well, it was 32 days, I think, and it was 8,500 miles, somewhere right around a little over 8,000, and that was it was a once in a lifetime deal,
Yeah.
and So
Oh my gosh.
that was it. You know, I mean, we got to go through places. You know, China, they didn't do much. We were on the road till we actually went into Mongolia.
Okay.
And when we got into Mongolia, then it was Mongolia's unbelievable flat.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they would, we would have a kind of a half-ass GPS that we ran with, and you could see, if you got any elevation, you could see out forever, and you'd see other cars in the race out there somewhere trying to go to the place for that day where we're headed.
Right.
But
so there were checkpoints along the way that you honestly had to get to?
On that one, no.
No?
No, we just went to, well, it was a town.
Okay.
Ulaanbaatar was the capital of it, and we went there. And actually, let's see, it was before that, I believe, running back through my brain. Yeah, it was before that quite a bit. I was having problems with the engine started eating push rods, the end off the push rods.
Okay.
And did not know why. And so I would switch push rods around because in this one spot they'd eat them off. So I tried that, and I was running. Well, this was, I guess, before we left China, was having the problem, and my nephew was following along with us, and some way or another, we talked him into going back to California and arranging a deal through FAT to have them send push rods to in Russia.
Wow.
Think of whatever the name was.
Wow,
we were in Russia.
Insane.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't much we could do with the push rods, and it kept eating in Ulaanbaatar. I was at a bar. They had a lot of Americans that were there because they had mining operations, big mines of all types and out of there. And I told them about this problem I was having, and they said, well, there's a guy outside of town that has Volkswagens.
No way.
And I
no
went,
way.
wow, yeah. So I got the directions, headed out there, and when I got there, the guy had Volkswagens, all right. He had water-cooled Volkswagens, and there were parts of the Volkswagen kind of spread through his yard.
Oh, great.
I mean, it was
junkyard.
It was unbelievable. So I gathered up a set of push rods.
No way.
From water-cooled.
Okay.
And I can't remember, well, just cleaning them and rotating them around and shimming naturally the rocker and assembly. I mean, it was a bunch of whatever.
MacGyver award.
That was basically it. And went all the way to, I can't think of the Russian city that we went through, Siberia, and all that, which was awesome. And Russia was really beautiful. But again, we rallied in Mongolia, but no rally in Russia. They kind of strict on the streets and all that, and so we didn't have any problem there. But in St. Petersburg, that's where I met up with them and got some more actually to complete the rest of the race. But it still ate the new ones too. You know, it was one of those deals. And I can't remember who he had that built the motor. And
what size was the motor, since we're talking about it?
Stock.
Oh, stock.
Yeah, no, it's
stock 1600. Okay.
Yeah, with a stock carburetor. Yeah, had to be stock. I messed with all the suspension. Because I raced off road, did shocks.
What about the trans?
No.
Stock?
It was all stock.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So even though it was a 59, did you have like a later tranny or?
No. No, it was as I remember, it was stock.
Wow.
It had to be. Yeah, we couldn't do. There was a bunch of stuff we couldn't do as far as changing stuff because it was supposed to be stock. And
so was it a 40
don't
horse?
ask me questions like that.
Sorry, John.
I'm going. Now my brain is all twisted.
No. I know.
I'm thinking because of laying under there and doing stuff with shocks or changing push rods. And I swear.
And obviously, you guys took tools, so you had your own tools,
we had to carry everything in there. We even carried our tents and sleeping bags.
Really?
In Mongolia, a couple of nights we slept out. You know.
How was that?
It was pretty neat.
Yeah.
It was neat being in the middle of absolutely no place.
Yeah.
Now this people that put on the race, they set up showers.
Wow. Okay.
They put up a giant tent mess hall.
Okay.
You know,
oh, cool.
where they fed us and also breakfast and all.
That's awesome.
They did it unless if we were in a town, we wound up going to a hotel.
Okay.
And or they would supply food, or you could go out.
Wow.
You had a lot of different choices, I guess you'd call it.
What an experience! I mean, what an experience! It's just unbelievable.
It was unbelievable, and it was a once in a lifetime deal.
And obviously, you guys finished.
Yeah, we finished. I got second.
No way.
Yeah, I got, which was.
That's awesome.
Well, it was the rally cars. You know, a lot of the cars went from checkpoint to checkpoint, but they were old cars.
Okay.
And there were probably, I don't know, in the 135, there's probably maybe 50 or 60 that actually did the rallies.
Okay.
And the guy whipped me was in a 1960 Mercedes sedan.
No
but he actually, before this event, he raced rallies with that sedan.
Oh
so I mean, it was really
dialed
silly.
in.
And that guy beat me in, pissed me off. But there was a Jag got third. So
No
I
way.
beat him.
So you beat a Jag?
I beat the Jag.
What kind of Jag? Was it like an XK or something?
It was around well, it had to be 60 or below. So it was probably in 59s or so, and I can't remember exactly.
Wow.
There were so many different cars, Duchevaux.
Okay.
You know, there was another Volkswagen.
Was there?
Know, yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, it was.
But I mean, second, come on, man.
Well, yeah.
You know, I mean, it'd be one thing to just say it was an incredible experience and we finished and we didn't have any big issues. But to actually podium, that's awesome, man.
Podiumed, and you know, for the entry fee, you knew at the end, because when we were at the meetings, when they first set it up, they talked to everybody at the meetings and said, okay, now you can race for the bronze, you can race for the silver, or you can go for the gold.
Okay.
Right? The gold you had to do all the checkpoints, you had to do the rallies, you had to do this and that in order to go for the gold.
Wow.
Which we got the gold.
Wow.
And when you got there, they presented you with this deal that was plastic made in Taiwan.
Okay.
And it was just a different color than the bronze one and the silver one. We were expecting some gold, you know, something
elaborate.
Yep, no,
Precious metal.
Gold was just a term used. But,
that's pretty wild.
Well, it was.
That's incredible.
It was, you know, driving through Germany along the Rhine and Estonia and Lithuania and all these places you've never been. Or Poland was phenomenal. You know, that was, I mean, some of the places you go, I go to Poland. Gdansk, Poland was just absolutely beautiful.
That's so cool.
In fact, I may go back there
That's awesome.
just to go back.
Just a vacation.
You know, yeah, because it was.
That's so cool. I mean, you know, like I said, when I first saw that car and I saw you, I just thought, wow, 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 wow. And then when I met you, You know, I thought I got to hear that story. So that's awesome. Now, I mean, obviously you are not short for stories, but just
Yeah.
recently you came by the shop and you showed me. I forget what kind of car it was, but it looked like a big American car.
It is. It was a Lincoln.
A Lincoln. What year is that thing? Looks like a
And that
50s.
was 53.
Okay, 53 Lincoln. And you
Yeah.
did the Carrera Panamericana.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and I'm sure a lot of people watching, they don't know about this race.
Right.
Where does it start? Where does it go?
Well,
and when was that one?
There in Mexico, South
Mm-hmm.
America, there was actually no road. There was a roads, and going down different roads. So this was a big project, and they paved this big road
What?
all the way across Mexico.
Okay.
And so in 53, I believe it was, it could have been 52, 3 and 4, they ran this race. But it was all Ford was sponsored,
Oh,
Chevy,
wow.
everybody.
Big sponsors.
Everybody was there. I mean, the companies
Yeah.
were there because they wanted to win this race, this Pan America race, which was, it was a long race from Tuxtla Gutierrez, I think,
Okay.
to Laredo, Texas.
Oh wow.
All
So
the way. Yeah.
do you remember approximately how many miles that is?
I think it was 2,000, somewhere
These
around there.
races, you guys. This is insane.
But again, it was, there was a lot of street driving, getting
Okay.
from one location to the next. And then when you'd move, you'd go to a rally point,
Okay.
usually a mountains or something, and then you would be timed and you take off and you go as fast as you could, and they timed you at the end. So
Okay.
you did that.
So it was time trial.
Time trial.
Okay.
And I went twice. Once, first time I went, the car broke the first day.
Okay. And it was in that Lincoln?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. And was
yeah,
it your car? Was it your car? Or
Yeah.
did you partner?
No, I
did-
was, well, actually I was with a partner.
Okay, so it was two of you guys driving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only it broke the first day.
Oh, man.
So that was the end of it. What was it? It ate the power steering. There was a combination power steering and brake booster.
Okay.
And it ate it. And like an idiot, I took it off, didn't flush anything, put the spare on there, and it instantly was gone. So I had a long drive there and a long drive back home. And the next year, I can't remember, I did fairly well. I don't know, second or third, I
Wow.
think. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then,
In the same car.
Same car.
Okay.
And then the last one was in '04, and I won that.
No way.
Yeah.
That's
so I won
awesome.
in class.
Okay.
In class.
Okay.
They were running Studebakers, early Studies, the bullet nose
Oh,
ones.
yeah.
Yeah, they ran those
Okay.
only with NASCAR motors in them.
Oh, my God.
And they had,
Seriously?
They were unbelievably fast.
crap.
In fact, the first year they ran 300 Mercedes, the Gullwings.
Yes?
Yeah, and they stuffed both of them. Yeah. Now, I was told, whether it's true or not, but Mercedes has all of the metalworking equipment
Okay.
to just pop out another body
Okay.
or fix whatever it is. If it's like a total or whatever, they
Yeah.
switch the number plate.
Wow.
But
Wow. That's
evidently,
nuts.
yeah, that was a lot of money.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, and especially what they go for today. I mean, it's just unfathomable, you know. I mean, and that's nuts that they were racing those back then, you know, but
Well,
that's wild.
my wife rode with me, and actually the one we won is a friend of mine, Tom Davidson, who lives right by me now. I asked him, hey, you want to go race? I said, sure. So, he drove and I drove, and had a great time. My wife, she rode with me off-road the early days, and she rode with me in that, and she was probably the worst. She was one of those ones where you could be at a hotel for a week, and she would go the wrong way when she came out. you know, was one of those. Yeah. But she did ride with me all those times, which was great. In fact, later on, I built a Toyota truck, like a trophy truck, only I used all Corvette running gear in it.
Huh.
And built the truck around a Toyota. Corvette was awesome because it had the tranny in it was like a Volkswagen. You know, it's that type. I can't remember what you want to call it, but I ran live axles in the back with Porsche joints. You know, CV joints. So it was like a bulletproof automatic.
Wow.
It was great. I drove that to Ensenada. Entered the race there, the NORA race, and ran. I got second place there. It was it was the NORA Mexicali race, so it was a 2-day deal, and I got second place, and then I came back and drove home.
No way.
I drove it down.
No way.
Raced it, drove it home. Yeah.
Wow.
It was pretty good.
That's awesome. That is pretty crazy. Wow, what a career, man. What a racing career. Seriously, that's really cool.
Couldn't call it a career.
Well, but I mean,
you
what
saving
a run.
much.
Huh?
We didn't save much money.
No, but I mean, it's interesting how you got really into it, and you started off with the Baja bug, and then from there you went to Mexico, and then suddenly, transported all these years later. And I mean, you're going across the globe. I mean, it's pretty wild when you think about, for me, it's pretty wild when I think about people that haven't even left the U.S. There are some people that haven't even left their state or their hometown.
Yeah.
And to think about you, being on the other side of the world and just flying through, in an old car, and some people would say, yeah, I wouldn't mind traveling, in a plush Rover or something. But, here you are hauling ass across, country borders and stuff. I mean, it's pretty awesome, man. I mean, kudos to you. That's so cool.
It was a great deal. I still, like, I drive my bug, not every day, but almost every day, and really
that's
love
so true, you guys. He seriously, he drives, and today it's hot and a little humid. And I mean, he's in his bug, and we'll do a video one of these days just in your bug. I want to talk about your bug, but I wanted to talk about your history and racing history, and all these things that you've done. When I'm hearing these stories about all these crazy races, that are a couple thousand miles long, one of the things that always comes to my mind that would probably cause me some anxiety as far as the planning for something like that are all of the what ifs, or what if this happened, what if this happened. So thinking back to some of these races that you did you have any of those moments where you're like, some of those holy shit, I didn't think this would happen type of thing?
I had one time I can remember really good was I was in the race, and we had lost a coil. I had to go hike to a deal to get a coil. So I wound up back in the race, not with my class.
Oh, okay.
I was running a rear engine, what was it, a Pontiac Tempest motor, a 2-seater. And I got back, and then by the time I got to Diablo Dry Lake in Mexico, I headed for into San Felipe. I was looking along, and here's this Saab, and so I'm catching this Saab, no problem, and I'm catching up, but he's out on the deal, and he's throwing a lot of dust, and I moved, over, and then somewhere or another I got into the dust. Well, out on the dry lakes, if a bush grows, as it grows, the wind blows sand and stuff up, so the bush winds up being a big mound. And so I'm flat out with this thing in 4th gear.
Oh my God.
And all of a sudden it got really smooth and really quiet.
You were airborne?
Yeah, we were airborne. So we hit, I don't know how many times it went over, but it went quite a few, because it brought the cage down about 3 or 4 inches.
Wow.
And yeah.
Wow, that's
And,
definitely one of those moments.
We were beat up, but not hurt, which was great. And it bent the front suspension. I can't remember the tie rods. And basically it bent one where it was off to one side, and then it bent the other one and it was off to the other side.
Wow.
So you could actually almost drive it. So I drove it.
Oh my God.
Got to San Felipe. I got out. My partner in the car got in, and he went about 4 or 5 miles, and that was it.
Wow.
It was toast. But it was
Wow.
that was one of the you think back on crash, and I crashed once into another car.
Ooh.
Started the race, actually. Started the race, and we're leaving Ensenada, and there's a bunch of these things. And so we're hauling along and come over the top of this thing, and another truck was in the bottom, and he was stopped waiting for somebody else. And when I came down, I hit him in the back. Malcolm Vinci, that's who it was. Hit him, and when you go downhill and you hit something like that, an impact, there's nothing to bounce off.
Oh my God.
Normally you hit something, well, it's going to give.
Right.
Well, there is no give when it's
God.
like when you're going down.
Right.
So I broke the brake and stuff, and screwed my back up. Well, that was one of the first, but that was a long time ago.
Wow.
But yeah, knocked the crap out of me. So they got me out of there, put me in the motorhome.
Did you have to go out to the hospital?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
As soon as they got back, went to the hospital, and they said,
Eh?
yeah, and my buddy said, you got to go to a chiropractor.
Oh my God. Really?
And there was a friend of his, was a chiropractor here in Orange. I went in, and he crack.
Yeah.
And we're rolled out of there just going, wow. Yeah, it was that quick. He put whatever it was that was out of joint,
Wow.
But then again, those guys, then they say, well, I got to see you Tuesday. And I said, when I was you should be coming in here at least 3 times a week.
Yeah, there you go. They got
It
you.
rolls along.
Yeah.
But he did fix it.
That's incredible, though. But I mean, fortunately, you never had any sort of life-threatening type of it.
No.
That's crazy. 50
never.
years and all these crazy races and nothing like that. Thank God. That's awesome. So when I'm listening to you, learning how to work on cars, and, or how you were saying I had to switch this out, I saw this was a problem. How did you learn? How did you learn to work on cars?
Trial and error.
No kidding.
On Volkswagens, actually, that's...
Okay.
That's
pretty
that's
impressive.
The one that I got into, tore apart, learned stuff like flywheel shims on an engine.
Okay.
You never really know that if you torque down the nut, the engine doesn't turn over.
Okay.
You have to set the shims on the back of the motor. Well, learning that, in fact, the one that I built also that wound up being a fiberglass Myers type car, and I got the body, the frame all done. I rebuilt the motor, and we would take it down the street when I first got it done, pulling it, and then I'd pop the clutch out, trying to get it to turn over, because I don't know shit. So I was just trying to get it to turn over, and then talked to some people, and they said, hey, you got to set the end play in there. So I took it down to a shop here in Costa Mesa, and they set the end play, and everything was wonderful.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, but it's learning. Step by step. The more you do, then the more you learn. You really can't just walk up and it all.
Right.
It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote the how-to tips for Volkswagen for a few years. And
there you go. You guys hot VWs. Huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was the editor, but I didn't do.
A
good friend of mine, Lane Evans, who passed away this year, was a great friend, and he got me into that and helped me with all that.
That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
So you wrote the how-to articles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a writer.
Okay.
You
okay.
know.
Yeah.
And Lane.
But you know the tech.
Lane was unbelievable.
Uh-huh.
He could take anything you wanted to talk about, a cardboard box, and he could write a whole deal on it. Then you'd just go, wow, unbelievable. But I would go over to my shop. I had one in Costa Mesa, a little deal for the race cars. And Lane would go over there and he'd say, okay, what is it? And I'd say, okay, well, what you do is you do this and this and this, and that's basically how you do it, you know? So he would take pictures.
Yeah.
I'd explain to him how to do it,
Uh-huh.
and he'd write a 2-page or whatever article, and I got $100 a page, which was pretty good back then, you know. And but Lane was he was magic.
That's neat.
He was definitely magic. That's why he was the editor of Hot Beat Up in there for a long time.
Yeah.
Great guy.
That's so cool. You know, I mean, I think it's pretty neat that you actually had the opportunity to share your knowledge, and it's actually really neat the fact that you pretty much self-taught. You know, I mean, that's says a lot about the Volkswagen.
Right.
You know, which is pretty neat. So
Well, I'm rebuilding one now, a '67 frame off, you know, body off, and I'm learning stuff on it every day. Stuff that you know that taking something off and then putting it back doesn't always just go back where you think how you think it's going to go back.
Right? Isn't that the truth?
It's a job.
Yep.
You know, it's like guys with fiberglass fenders, Baja Bug. We would take the fenders off and all on the race car.
Yeah.
And we'd throw them aside, and we'd be doing all the prep and whatever. And a week later, you'd grab the fender, and wouldn't be even close to where it was. You know, fiberglass never hardens. It's always liquid. So if you take any fiberglass part and you set it over something or do something with it, it still moves.
Wow.
And it depends on how long it is, or how much. And a friend of mine years ago had a Corvette, and he took the body off the Corvette.
Oh boy.
Doing a bunch of stuff. And I know he just set it off. You know, and I still don't know if he ever got the body back on the car, because it would have moved. It was off for years. You know, you could have probably put it on the Volkswagen chassis.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, it was like,
That's pretty crazy. Well, I'll tell you, it's awesome hearing your stories, and it really is. It really is. I know that you kept saying, "Nah, who wants to hear my stories?" And I thought a lot of people want to hear your stories, and I think it is the coolest thing because it's inspiring. It really is inspiring, you know, because of the fact that it tells a lot of people, you know, that you don't have to go to a special school to go learn about cars. You know, you can learn on your own. It says, hey, you know what? The spirit of adventure is pretty much all you need to go out there and charge and go do something, you know? And I mean, if you decide you want to go across the country or maybe ship your car to some other part of the world, I think it's inspiring and it's so cool.
A lot of it too, as far as learning on them, is friends.
Yeah.
Friends. They're the ones, you know, that they had the same problem, or they heard, so you do this and that, and
sharing knowledge.
You share back and forth, and it's the whole world works on good friends.
Well, and I know that some of your good friends.
You've been fantastic, by the way.
No, hey man, I'm just helping you out with parts. But you know, and thank you for that. And you know, I gotta say though, and people need to know, when you say you've got friends, I mean, we're talking, like you mentioned, Rich Kimball, Ron Fleming. I mean, legends. You know, legends in the industry.
Ron got legends in his own mind, but he is phenomenal.
How did you meet Ron Fleming?
That's a good question. Probably needing something, Volkswagen.
Okay.
And going over.
Because did he own Fat back then?
No, he owned Fat. You know, they were always they were always the top engine builder for Score every year.
Wow, yeah.
Every year they built more motors, won more races,
Yeah.
everything. And somewhere along the line, I got over there and met them, and then again, Ron showed me this and that. You know, again, someone, I'm a mentor, whatever that is. But he would tell me, you know, something that I was doing, you know, or whatever. But yeah, great.
That's cool.
Great guy. Yeah.
And, you're lucky to have known those people.
Well,
you know, talk
him
about a great way to learn.
Thurber.
Yeah.
And
Aronson, right?
Aronson.
Yeah, Greg. Yeah.
So
That's so wild. I mean, it's so neat. That's the other thing I think that's really cool is the fact that when you start thinking about some of these, as I call them, legends, you know, people that are watching and listening, they know these names, you know, and the fact that you actually got to interact with them in the early days, you know, and learn from these guys, and then the things that you went on to accomplish. I mean, talk about living at a really perfect time in life, you know, and knowing these people, which is neat. So it's been a hoot talking to all you guys and hearing stories.
It's been, you know, it's been great, and having my son, you know, races. I mean, he's won a lot more races than I ever won, but he's won a lot of races. And then my grandson, he started out in those little, what are those trucks? The little closed course trucks with I know, Honda engines or something in them, and he won a whole bunch. And then he went to 1600 class, and he won all of those. So I mean, got the whole family.
That's pretty cool.
Actually, my daughter, Julie, when my wife stopped riding with me, Julie would ride with me.
Wow.
And Julie was excellent navigator and all. And she would ride with me, and she really.
That's so cool, man.
No, I know, it's like a family affair. You know, whatever.
And that's so awesome that they were a part of it and that they got into it. You know, I think that says a lot about you. Yeah, it really does. Seriously,
she got
and
into
your wife.
it with Jeeps.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
She's probably 58, 9, somewhere in there.
Okay.
So she's not a little kid. But she got into it with Jeeps, and she ran. They have a women's only run across the U.S. Off-road deal, and she ran that, and then going with me, you know, and all, and
that's awesome.
She was really good.
That is awesome. Well, thank you, John. Seriously, this is awesome. Love the stories, man. It's pretty incredible. I know you kept saying, no big deal, blah, blah, blah. I think it's awesome. I love capturing these stories because to me they're gold, you know, and then capturing them and then sharing them. They go on forever, man, which is really cool. And I think, like I said before, it's inspiring, it's fun. You know, and just to kind of like live vicariously through all the things that you've done, it's pretty neat. And I'll be obviously putting some photos into the video so people kind of see some pictures from some of the races and travels that you did, you know, which is cool. So I'm so happy that nothing happened to you.
Well, I felt really, the interview, I was very, very nervous about any talking, but looks like I've yacked on a long time here.
I love it.
For no
I told you it's casual. You did great, man.
That it is. Well, thank you.
No, seriously. It's honestly, John, it's a pleasure. Well, it really is. A pleasure and an honor, man.
For an Ironman.
Oh, stop. He was looking at my Facebook. He's like, "Oh, you do Ironman." I'm like,
Ironman. I told you I know two. You and Ivan Stewart, who is the Ironman of Baja. Yeah.
That's one hell of an Ironman.
He's a great friend too.
That's awesome.
Great guy.
I'm sure, man. I'm sure you've rubbed shoulders with all sorts of with all sorts of crazy people in the industry.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm thinking back on all the different ones that I've met over the years. You know.
That's so cool. Very cool. Well, I think we'll cut there. And you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And thanks to Jon Kennedy. If you ever see him driving around in his little bug, you can't miss him, you guys. Zenith blue, beautiful little bug, which we'll do a video another time and take a little drive along with you in that car and we could chat about it. But I wanted to share some of these cool stories in the history about Jon. So you guys, thank you for watching. And if you haven't done it yet, subscribe, please. All right. Take care.